So if you guys don't know, I know some of you actually listen to us for news, that's your mistake. But the problem is, is that Trump has been indicted for the fourth time, this time in Georgia. And the indictment is they're using a racketeering thing on it. Racketeering means it's like a bunch of people got together to conspire to do something for their own gain, which was to basically overthrow the government of the United States.
Yeah, it's not pickleball. It's not.
It wasn't a smash and grab at Neiman Marcus like also happened this week.
Tennis rackets.
There was a smash and grab for the country of America.
Yeah, you guys did that at our Neiman Marcus. It wasn't very
right.
nice.
That's in our neighborhood.
That was my mom's favorite store here. Really wasn't nice. But also, I'm thinking about the entrance to that Neiman Marcus. This was in the news. Did you see it? It was
Topanga
Mall and Glendale Mall.
40 people in masks ran into Neiman Marcus, one of the most expensive stores where Kanye and Kim shop all the time, and thrashed it. They took everything, grabbed bags, ran out. They were taking racks that had cables and stuff onto it, took everything, and that's it. So that's a perfect metaphor of what Trump
right
tried
at
to do.
The entrance for where you park, though, is all just designer purses and jewelry. Let's put that right by the exit.
Right by the door.
How
do we get
that?
Like
and
where
they're
the slot machines
piled
are.
on top
It's almost
of
like
each
the
other.
guy that actually was in charge of the heist worked at Neiman Marcus. Like, you should move all the expensive stuff near the doors.
Right by the exit.
That's a good idea.
Just have drive-through. We just pick it up.
It's Neiman Marcus. Who's going to attack us? We're nobody.
Exactly.
So that's what Trump did. He did smash and grab for America. The funny thing is now, one of the things they found emails and communication between people. These people are dumb. Basically, that they were trying to get one of the counties of Georgia. They were literally getting the voting machine data so they could actually so they could manipulate it and say it was a place that went for Trump because they had all these allies there. They were going to get the voting machine data and use that to say that the entire election was rigged.
Do you remember in the news how there were reports that voting systems had been breached? And then Republicans said, Democrats, we told you Biden. Well, now we found out that it was Trump's team because they were emailing about it.
Of course, for the people that were screaming email security and Hillary's emails and check emails and they don't know shit about any data about any tech.
But the thing to me is that they're like, they actually set up a data breach that they actually created and then said, look at this data breach.
Said, I made this data breach.
Well, no, even worse. Their plan was to say, this is a data breach. We need to seize. He was going to seize all the voting machines. They were going to use this thing that they set up to seize all the voting machines.
Total coup.
And change the total coup. A bloodless coup. And then when that didn't work, January 6th, bloody coup. Hey, if bloodless don't work, we'll go bloody. I'll be there with you, but I'm really not going.
He's so stupid. I'm so tired of him. I'm tired. Go away.
And I'm not. I guess we just gonna have to give up. We're not gonna have to stop asking this question. How can people still follow this moron? And I think it's because they're morons.
I'm asking you that every day, and I'm so frustrated. Totally. And I'm talking about people in our families. And read the indictment. And as you said, four completely different locations.
Yeah, the deep state. Florida and DC hooked up and had a meeting because DeSantis. It's so.
Don't you remember in one of your specials, during the Obama administration, you said we can't even build a website, right? Remember when the health exchange website went down and crashed? Yep. How are we going to Democrats? Get together across the world and unite and pass messages back and forth without anyone knowing?
Right, exactly.
And Giuliani's still standing by him after this, which is.
Can I say I have a theory about all this? And
I do. I do like this theory.
So, you remember Epstein? Okay, so Trump and MC were tight, close. They were best friends.
Yeah.
So, and Trump has said that repeatedly. In fact, we have video of them hanging out at parties and shit. So they hung out together. So when Epstein got raided and they got into his house in New York, there was numerous hard drives, tons of CD-ROM discs, and everything with pictures and information on it, videos, everything. And data of all these people that were in this ring that Ghislaine Maxwell said there was a child, basically sex ring.
Yeah.
My theory is this. So because it wasn't on the search warrant, because those, when they broke into Epstein's house, because all the discs, all the CD-ROMs weren't on the search warrant, they had to leave them. Now, here's what I don't get. we've got this guy on a felony for basically child sex trafficking. Got him. We got him. They're arresting him. He's going down. But they happen to leave all the evidence that would contain all the child sex trafficking and the people that were doing it, left it in his house for 2 fucking days before they went back with another search warrant. Now, there's conspiracies I hear people talk about all the time. I don't think this is a conspiracy. What I just said was a fact. They did that. When they came back 2 days later, all the hard drives, all the CD-ROMs, all the information was gone. Perfect. So you had 2 days. So if Trump knew that it had been raided, at the time, Trump was president of the United States. Under his guise was the biggest law enforcement agencies in the entire country. Under his, so Trump, who needs stuff on people, let's say this is my theory. This is a theory that they went in, they got all that information.
Yeah.
So now you picture, and I'm talking across the board, anybody, powerful people. Hooked up with Epstein. We're Epstein's buddies. They flew to the island. We know that.
Yep.
All that information was taken. And I'm thinking, and my theory is it was taken by Trump. And that's why at this point in history, after we've seen the worst performance by any president in 200 years, that this man still has the backing of these other politicians because he's got all this information.
You can blackmail him.
And we were saying, I was walking around the house today going, what's the worst thing someone can say about you or have proof that you actually...
Kitty stuff.
That you
underage.
Actually, you slept with kids.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done. Yeah. There's not... By the way, from listen, man.
Is there something worse?
Well, no. We got Matt Gaetz. He's still hanging around, right? We
you
know,
mean, he might not be done.
Yeah, it might not be totally done.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, though, that... Oh, that's true.
For the Republicans.
But boy, is he faded, though. Boy, is Matt Gaetz faded a lot. I don't know if he's going to get elected.
Let's talk about this really quickly, and then we'll go back to it.
Okay.
Speaking of that, and you and I were having this conversation the other day about Republican heroes. I think I was ranting, as I do in the bathroom when I'm putting makeup
heroes.
on.
Oh, here we go.
Republican heroes. You said...
and now it's time for Republican heroes.
You said...
Republican
the couple with the guns. Remember? Outside of the house in St. Louis. Because then he ran for office. And
because
they
black
people
were walking by their house. So they went out in front with guns.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Hero.
Republican hero. Lady who shot unarmed mother who went to get her child's iPad back in Florida.
Republican hero.
I mean, this is the shit I'm talking about, right? No, I don't. Oh, George Santos.
Republican hero.
George Santos is under indictment, federal indictment right now.
The guy that kneeled on George Floyd's neck.
Oh,
Republican hero.
The guys that killed Ahmaud Arbery.
Republican heroes.
Wow, you guys could make a song. But the percussion is you racking a gun.
Yeah, that's the snare.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's to be one of our next sketches.
You like that last song
Kyle
you guys made.
Rittenhouse, a young man that just wanted to protect car dealerships that he had no interest whatsoever
in a completely different state.
And his mommy drove him so he could protect the people of America.
Real Republican heroes.
All right. So George Santos, while I was driving over here, I was hearing that his campaign finance manager, chief of staff, whatever, was indicted today now as well. Because...
Wait. The
Yes.
dude that works for him was also indicted.
Yes.
What is about these criminal guys that they suck everybody else into the crime? Go ahead. What happened?
Oh, I got another story. So he was impersonating Kevin McCarthy's chief of staff in writing, in emails.
Wait. He was impersonating the Republican Speaker of the House?
Chief of staff, saying he was his chief of staff and requesting on behalf of Kevin McCarthy that people donate money to George Santos for his legal defense as well as his campaign next year so he can get back in office and get back to work doing all the things that he's been doing and passing all the legislation and making the difference that he's been making. So one of the pieces of evidence that they have against him, and this is so on brand for Republicans these days, is he sent George Santos an email saying, Here's what I am doing. I am impersonating Kevin McCarthy, chief of staff. Ha ha. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. And Santos and he were gloating about it in writing.
Wow. So a dumb fraudster trying to help out another dumb fraudster.
But not only that, but Kevin McCarthy is the head of the, I mean, he's going, I mean, that's fucking insane. Like, what are you even thinking?
No.
What are you even thinking? Because even Kevin McCarthy's going to be like, guys, I mean, because George Santos was already on the ragged fringe of horror anyway, but oh my God. But and if they keep him.
How did they impersonate him? Was it like a deep fake? How did he do that?
They just sent out his letterhead.
Oh,
yeah.
Because we were like, hey, dummy. And you were like, I know. By the way, it was Nordstrom at Topanga Mall, which was also my mom's favorite.
No, I love Nordstrom.
So that's going on. Mifepristone is now headed to the Supreme Court. And Greg Gutfeld said that crime would go away if women went away.
Huh?
Wait, if women went away?
He said,
what?
He played the surveillance video of the smash and grab in Nordstrom in Topanga Canyon Mall. And he went on a rant portraying women as soft on crime and effectively blaming the entire gender for supposed policies that would prevent such crimes from being committed. Let me give you the quote before you guys go off. What would happen if all the women took a ladies' week off and they went to Venus? Already, I want to punch him. How many of these problems would still exist? He then confidently argued that smash and grabs and rampant recidivism would, quote, disappear if women would go away.
I'm going to say this about Gutfeld again, and it still stands. I will give anybody $50 if you can play me him being funny once. Like, that's not even a good premise.
If I make him funny, will you give me the $50?
And you can't. No, you can't be. No, you have to actually find Greg. Greg Gutfeld is one of the unfunniest, smirkiest. He'll do this. He go, if women went to Venus, that would change everything.
I was going to say, you got to do the head swell.
Like, you're a fucking moron. Yeah. I've never seen an unfunnier human being in my life, and he's been unfunny for a long time. But here's the thing. I watched him, because again, every once in a while I'll tune in just to see, is he funny yet? Is he funny? No. There's something about dumb people think insults are funny. They send all the women to Venus. Then we can all tan our balls together like Tucker wanted. I don't, even the premises are lame. They can't even get,
it wouldn't affect him. That's probably why. If all the women
were gone, I'd be exactly the same.
His life wouldn't change one bit. You look like a Macy's Day Parade float.
I'm sorry. And by the way, I will say this. I will challenge you, Greg Gutfeld, to be funny for 5 minutes. I'll challenge you.
5 minutes. That's
by the way, I have audiences all over this country. You come to a show, I'll give you 5 minutes.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, anytime.
Oh, let's go, Greg. That would be fun.
And I'll pay you. I swear to God, because would be fun. He's never been funny once.
No, he's really a jerk. He said that this would be offensive to Jeanine Pirro that he was saying this, but that's only because she thinks like a dude. She's better.